Hello, lovely people. Thank you for visiting my channel. My name is Sharon. A very warm welcome to you. The energy today is, well, we've just come out of another reading that I will be uploading Friday. So this one will be a bit later. So I've just had to clear the energy because it was quite turbulent. However, for the next reading, it's completely different and we are getting upgrades via the crown chakra, and this is connected directly to source. So what source is saying, this is also the peace stuff here, which we talked about a lot in the previous video. So what spirit is saying in this reading is that we can bring our own peace to ourselves. And we do that via opening our hearts, opening our crown chakras, and listening to what source has to tell us. And the way that we do that is through meditation or through walking in nature, swimming in the sea, going for a walk on the beach, etc. It's really important at this time that we are stepping out of fear, which is what I was just talking about in the previous video. They're saying that this is something that we have really been born to do, and we know exactly what to do. We need to go with the flow at this time, step into our hearts, get away from the noise outside. And I mean psychically as well, spiritually. Get out into nature. Even if you actually physically can't get out into nature or go and swim in the ocean, you can in your head. You can do it all in your head. And source will help you. Ask for assistance from the angelic realms and your spirit fam. We all have them. They're all around us. I can actually visualize. I have a group of beings here, and they are extremely high vibrational. They're dressed all in white, like white robes. And there's 4 of them. What are your names, please? Okay, we have Matthew, Marcus. Sorry, could you say that again for me, please? Edwin, which bizarrely that was my granddad's name, and Jonathan. Thank you. Okay, they've just said that they come from the Higher Galactic School of Learning. Whatever that is. I've not heard of that. So, but they're actually stood here to the right-hand side of me. And it's like they're glowing. They look human. They've come in human form. So what happens with, so spirit is light. We are just light. Okay, I've had an experience of this. And I've said in previous videos that I kind of feel the only way that I could describe it, really, my experience, which I had through meditation after doing a cacao ceremony, was like dying. And literally I just morphed into light as soon as I went, kind of like over the threshold, if you like. And it was wonderful. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Everything, nothing was solid. Everything was light. And I could see people's faces, and I could see things like I saw a piano, I saw a library, but then it would register in my mind that's what it was, but then it would instantly morph back into light. Absolutely amazing. That's what these figures are like. So they are coming through. So when spirit communicate with us, and me, when I see them in my mind's eye, they come through in a way that I can recognize them. Otherwise you're going to be like, who the hell's that, kind of thing. Okay. So say, for example, when I speak to Jesus, he comes through in like your typical image that we have of Jesus with the long hair and the beard. That's how he comes to me, because he knows I can recognize that. These figures have done the same. So it's not actually what they look like, but it's how they are presenting themselves. And what we have to remember is we all have psychic ability and we all experience things in different ways, because it's all to do with our own perception, and we all have different perception. So somebody else channeling the same energy as me would experience that energy in a completely different way. So somebody that's giving you a reading for tarot cards would, or oracle cards, pick these two cards up, give you a completely different reading than what I am. I let the cards speak to me, and I pick up on the energy, the frequency of the cards. So I read all the cards very intuitively, and what I hear in my head directly from spirit, and what I see in my head directly from spirit as well. So they're here to bring us peace, essentially. These beings are. Sorry, excuse me, that's spirit energy as well. They're here to bring us peace. They know we're going through turmoil at this time. And they're dressed in white, and they're glowing, essentially because what they're saying, the colour of white is usually associated with peace. They're saying the upgrades that are coming in for us at this time are extremely important. All upgrades are extremely important, but the ones that we're receiving at this time are heightened, and they will allow us to start to unravel. This is what they're saying. It will allow us to start to unravel the complexities of our planet, and help us to start to understand what is happening, why it's happening. It will help us to start understanding a bit more. As I mentioned in my previous video, Spirit Fan was saying that we've almost lost the art of communication, and they're trying to bring that back to us. These four here. Okay, sorry, Jonathan is speaking up now. He's saying what's happening is good, and there's no need to worry. The upgrades are essential, he's saying, to our evolvement. We are evolving the soul every second of the day. There's no back foot, there's no wrong way. All roads lead home, as they always say. They keep drumming that into me, and I think I've said it in a few videos now. So I'm sorry if I sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's just that they want to get the message out to humanity, and they are doing that through me at this time. These beings are absolutely just beautiful. I'm absolutely quite blown away. I wish... okay, they've just said that will come. I thought it in my head before I was going to say it, like you do. So I wish we were kind of at a point in technology where I could transmit what I see onto you. How cool would that be? But they've said that will come. How cool is that? Yeah, I think that's pretty amazing. So yeah, essentially, not to cling on to the other energy, but they just wanted me to point out that the technology we have currently is changing at a massive rate. Now, I've just mentioned in the previous video that Uranus is going to go into Gemini on the 7th of July. And Gemini being the sign of communication ruled by Mercury, that is what will bring in the change of communication and the change of technology, the upgrades. So these upgrades for us really are essential to bring in that change. As I just said in the other video as well, everything starts with a thought, so it starts in your head anyway. So this is why we're getting these upgrades at this time now. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. See what else. They're just smiling at me. They're smiling at all of us, of course, because they are here to help humanity. They're saying there are no end of wise ones, as they call them, wise ones, wise energetic frequency that have more experience, obviously, than we do on this planet, that are coming in to help us and trying to wise up those in power to make the right choices. That's what they're saying. That was so bizarre. I had a card jump out and then it went back in, so it probably didn't want to be read. So I'm not going to force it. We never force. Okay, we just allow things to flow. Like this gorgeous card. For this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. So they're talking about there are an infinite number of dimensions that we don't yet fully understand, but this understanding is coming in, and we are getting more downloads, and they're coming in through the light. They're coming in through the sun and the moon. The sun, I've just heard they're coming in through the sun with the golden fabric of light, and they're coming in through the moon with the silver fabric of light. How beautiful is that? Okay, so we've got Ace of Cups and Judgment that have just come out. Stunning cards, absolutely beautiful. Another Dove of Peace there. So we have two. We have the Eagle here as well, Judgment. And we've also got a bear there as well. This Judgment card is actually speaking America and Canada to me for some reason. And yeah, the ancestors are assisting you at this time, assisting those countries as they are all of us, but these countries in particular. And we can see the rainbow is heading up to those lands there, which is absolutely beautiful. We also have the rainbow here on the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Love. Love is all that there is. We don't understand on this planet that we are just love and we are light, and that is it. That is absolutely it. Because there's all this fear and unhappiness on this planet, and struggle. But really, if we open ourselves up now at this time to these beautiful frequencies, we will experience nothing but love. As I always say, love is the answer to any question. That's what Spirit always tell me to say. And it's so true. Queen of Wands. She's a gorgeous, fiery energy. I feel she's coming in on the vibration of the sun, actually, in this card. I've just had a vision. Now I know we've got the lion and I think it's a panther there. Me being an absolute cat lover, crazy cat lady. I've just literally had a vision of the lion and the lamb with Jesus, actually. They are absolutely surrounding this planet with peace and love at this time, and strength for us all with the lion. Strength for us all to cope with things that want to take place. Because we do have, what they're saying is, there's a strand, a frequency strand of low vibrational energy that is twisting. They're showing me the analogy of like a tree, and which is the earth, and then there's a vine of low vibrational energy that's twisting around the earth, that is trying to keep us in a low vibrational state. And the way that they do that is by constantly communicating fear. But with these healing frequencies, and that's exactly what they are, we are headed for change for the better, not the worse. And that astrological transaction between Uranus and Gemini is going to be massive change for this planet. Massive change in technology, especially. So as I said, I've mentioned that in my previous video, and I don't really want to cling to that energy. I wanted to let that go, because the messages that I got in that video felt very powerful, very serious. You know, they really wanted to get the message across. So we've got more eagles in the King of Swords. What they want us to do is step into our power and cut through the BS. Absolutely cut through it. Because the King of Swords is somebody really that knows exactly what he wants, where he's going. He's not listening to any of the rubbish, the nonsense, shenanigans. I love that word. Shenanigans. Don't listen to it. Tap in to this energy. But this is much more favourable. Don't you think? Yeah, I do. Let's have a look, see what else we want to be told. I'm being directed to a different deck as well, so yeah. If you hear me knocking the deck, I'm just clearing the energy. As I always say, all my decks are shuffled, cleansed, etc. before and after readings, and during as well. So stay focused, they want us to do. Hold the course, hold the line. We've totally got this, and so have Spirit. It might look scary out there, but it's going to be okay, ultimately. What I'm hearing is stick with what you believe in, and don't let anybody sway you off your path. Remember, this is your journey. It can feel extremely lonely. I understand that, and so does Spirit. But they are always holding our hands, walking next to us. They're only ever in the next room, as they always say, a phone call or a text message away. I love the way that they speak our speak, if you like. So that, again, it's relatable to us. They have to make it relatable, and they do, and they're wonderful. And I just love them. Okay, so we have begin now. Take your first step. So take your first step towards love. Open up that heart, open up that crown chakra, and allow these light codes, for that's what they are, to come into your life. And what they're saying is, what we have to remember is, we are all connected. There is no separation, which means that the leaders of this world are getting these upgrades as well. But it's whether any of us will actually listen, open ourselves up. So we need to take that first step and make it happen. I've just heard. Let's see if an angel wants to come out. Yes, okay. Create a solid spiritual foundation, be in service to the planet. So I was talking about this in the previous video, actually, where we need to start focusing on other people. Like I've said earlier, it's almost like I've been told we're losing the art of communication. So let's start helping the planet. And we can do that by recycling that one thing, you know, not dropping litter, etc. That is one step towards the greater good, towards the freedom, towards the love on this planet that we're all craving. We're all craving this kind of utopia. I know I am. I'm, you know, I feel it's not, but I feel my soul is quite weary of the shenanigans that go on this planet, quite frankly. And it is difficult. It's not an easy journey. It's not an easy journey at all, is it? So let's go to another deck. Sometimes I feel like I want to use a few decks. Other times I might only use two or even one. But it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. It's all good. And the cards are beautiful. So, and it all gives you a visualization kind of as to what I see quite often. And that visualization from my head into your vision will come. They've just reminded me. They're saying, yes, that will come eventually. Will that be in my lifetime? Yes, they're saying that's in my lifetime. So, well, they better do it quick because I'm quite old. Anyway, we have the Divine Matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and what does that say? Sorry, I'm going to have to put my specs on. Some of the font's really small. Oh, God incidences. Right, okay, there we go. So we were saying before that we're all one, we're all connected to the source. And this really is with the flower of life in the center of this card. That's our reminder that there is no separation. We are all one. And therefore, when we help another person, when we assist another person, we help ourselves. Let us not forget that. The Divine Matrix, they're saying everything is divine. It's all being created for us, by us. Let's do... Yes, okay. Emerald Tablet Activation. Sorry, specs going on again. Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. So, as I've said, possibly in this video, because literally I say things and then I forget them straight away, which I find a bit odd, but anyway. Everything that is here started with a thought. So this manifestation is actually what we're doing with everything that goes on at the moment. it's all happening for our own good and to bring us up to that level of consciousness that we need to transition into a peaceful world. That's absolutely beautiful. And I didn't realise we had another angel card fall out. Trust your own wisdom, have faith in your psychic impressions. So I'm trying to beam these thoughts over to you now. So if you can visualize those 4 beings that I've described earlier, Matthew, Marcus, Edwin, and Jonathan, dressed in white, glowing, smiling, beautiful. Just visualize them. I feel that they will help to not only bring you peace, but help to activate and open up the crown chakra as well. So however you do your meditations, take yourself off mentally, and you can go and sit in a forest, on a beach, wherever, it doesn't matter. And you can build it in your mind and always remember that it's relevant to you. And it doesn't matter what it looks like, because nobody else can see it apart from you, okay? And you can build in your mind anybody that you wish to bring. And people that turn up randomly, i.e. spirit angels, galactic fam, etc., your own spirit family, loved ones, pets even, they all come to bring you wisdom and healing and messages of love and evidence of the continuation of life, because there is no death. There absolutely is no death. So that being said, let's have a positive affirmation card and see what wants to come out. Okay. I'm going to take these 2 actually, because I love them. So we've got, I always need to put my specs on with these. Sorry about this, because some of the font is handwritten. I forgive myself and I am safe in the universe and all life loves and supports me. Okay, so I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough and I am free to love myself. Don't forget to love yourself first. Love thy neighbour by all means. Help the collective. Support other people. But as I always say, Spirit always reminds me to say to you, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of number 1 first, okay? And I am safe in the universe and all life loves and supports me. It says, I breathe in the fullness and richness of life. I observe with joy as life abundantly supports me and supplies me with more good than I can imagine. And part of that is believing that we are manifesting the good. And it's all coming in. And Spirit Fam are there with us, walking hand in hand with us. Next room. And they love us unconditionally. We are never alone. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for now. I've done a couple of videos now, so I'm going to leave it there. And obviously I'll record some more as I go along. I need to give myself a break because otherwise I can get a bit overwhelmed, particularly with the energy that came in first. So take care of yourselves. Keep looking up. It's going to be okay. Thank you so much to everybody watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you feel so inclined, please like and subscribe. It really helps me to get the messages out to other wonderful people such as yourselves. Thank you to my spirit fam, those wonderful beings that came here with us to give us those messages. And thank you as always to the cards. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.